Glory, hallelujah, glory. Glory, hallelujah, every breath is praise. Glory, glory, hallelujah, glory. Glory, hallelujah, glory. Glory, hallelujah, every breath is praise. If you're standing in the fire, and the devil thinks he's wrong, just lift your voice and remind. For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place. What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying. All over Freedom the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. So he passing around, oh, cause that day, cause that. Where were you when I raised him money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boga, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boga deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
So when you thought I was never going to create service of Boga, yeah, because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President, we are right private jet. When the Joseph Boga at what the power is flying private jet from here to go to Jerusalem. Yeah. But I will speak because people in Saturday saw me while I was passing the road to my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against one person. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them. This country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can make from, not need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. You say that I'm lawmakers. We have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the pocket for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you mean breaking the law, but you want to go on. We know it. You know why people want to go on? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to run the road. You cannot be a lawmaker, then you strike the law that we lay ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we kill people, it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people go there, government kill and say, sacrifice people. Don't know what we are sacrificing, how to say, I'm going to say, Freedom fighter, you killing our children. Freedom fighter, you destroying our one more freedom for one more freedom for when they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they killed Vietnam, they changed their mind. When they killed Vietnam, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters.
Oh, yes, indeed.
What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping.
What a great day.
They are freedom fighters. Freedom.
And this is the question that everybody keeps asking all across the country. What kind of people they so? Even their own fanatics. I just see him on their face. But they think it's hard to talk. They think it's hard to talk, my people. Yeah. So they didn't say my second feel sorry for the people. Man say, yeah, who they doing bad thing to me? I can feel sorry for them. Because at the end of the day, it's about the country. You know, it's about all of us. Yeah, they could be after me for politics and all that, but yes, when you look at it, the bigger picture, the people, man, just imagine the amount of pregnant women have been turned down by this heartless regime. the regime that has not brought to the country even a $5 job for any family head in this country is demanding that family heads must pay 200 United States dollars, 40,000 Liberian dollars, before they can look at your BBL. The first time in the country for us to get wicked government, satanic government like this. Any small thing in the country, the number one people who can respect in the country that be better, and the old people. The government say they will squeeze money all of the people. Say you will be dying. Hey man, people, damn man, I can't think that we don't get the picture and the video there. The testimony when you see it, you wake up, you put your hand on your head, you cry for your country. Like bro, people who brought their old man on, very bad how we talking the thing because they think in hair, the thing, that thing. Yeah, man. Sorry for that. How government been supposed to be? Either how government been looking, we have forget about government because the other one we see here, no way. This one is beyond heartless. Damn man, you see videos, you see women crying in pain. You go ask question, what happened? The hospital say no money, they can't treat the woman, they can't treat the baby. Babies are dying. Pregnant women are dying with their babies in their bellies. This is wickedness and insensitivity. See a release. Anyway, folks, we're not going to get emotional about this. We'll take our time, we'll talk about this, we'll discuss them. Those who have ears will hear. But one day, one fine day, we'll wake up to the redemption of this republic. Liberia shall be redeemed. For those of you who think this is the end of the road, you're lying. You can go around, you can cause everybody, but look, there is one day that's coming. You think you're a bit shy, you put your arms up, we will come for you. The people, the wrath of the people will come for you. Good morning, just wherever you are this morning, folks. A pleasant welcome to yet another exciting conversation. And this is the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9, the big station, the people's station, where we discuss the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. And yes, indeed, today is Tuesday, another wonderful day from the nation's capital in Monrovia. Good morning and welcome to all of you, our friends, our fans, our followers. And of course, those of you in the diaspora. Not every idea that gains public traction is a valid idea. Not every struggle or campaign that gets popularity is the right campaign. Such is the case with the Unity Party Rescue campaign. You see, you all were passing around here, dancing in poo-poo water, thinking that this was going to be the solution. This was going to be the way out. This was a campaign cooked in hate, bigotry, lies, and deception. A completely demonic campaign. And today, what do we see? Terror upon terror, terror upon terror, horror, horror, and horror. Everywhere you turn, there is killing. Everywhere you turn, there is bad news. Once upon a time, a sweet, glorious land of liberty has turned to something so very calamitous. Oh my God, where did we go wrong? And this is where we talk it all. We spill all of the beans. For us, we are not afraid, and they know us like that. Oh yeah, we are not afraid of them. They're scared of us, in fact. They're scared of us. Yeah, for any money when we leave from here, they can be happy when we leave. Oh yeah. But yes, man, welcome. Too many things to talk about. Today we're going to do less talking. We're going to have experts. We're going to have people in the areas to come. Yesterday, like we told you, we want to know what is happening in the labor sector. Our few papi and old men that are working, say, what's happening with them, right? What is the the whole conversations about Liberia labor sector plus other issues. But just before that time, we going to JFK. They think, yeah, because they go issue some statement, they say, oh, that proposal. You say that proposal, but in the statement, you say effective. And you know, this date. That proposal will give that kind of comment that effective, they won't begin effective. Then when you come back, you say, hey. But anyway, the man who managed to lay hand on all of these things and expose it for the sake of the country and all of us, right? And expose it to the press, right? We join us very shortly to lay everything out, because some of you doubting Thomas just stay there, and you know, some of you say you will die or baga going to who you will die or he, now your business, you won't be stupid. I told you from way back, I say anybody who decide to be stupid in the country, that's not my business. I don't get stupid people medicine. I know how to save people from being stupid. I know how when people know things they're confused, I know how to help them to know it. Yeah, that one part will get medicine for that one. But stupidity, no. Right? So want to tier one to, right? A Liberian intellectual, academics, scholars, and you know, and of course we'll be here, a student and youth leader, good governance advocate, is going to be our guest very shortly to talk everything you need to know about the JFK thing and the increment in fees for pregnant women and all of the terrible horrors that has happened. In fact, your whole JFK, government can give JFK money to buy medicine anymore. Joseph Burger, government get money. So you know what they can do? They enter into contract with Lebanese people pharmacy. So that Lebanese people pharmacy can go sell medicine to JFK. They probably not want to continue moving there. Because they want and you know what we hear? We're hearing that the policy JFK implement, they just have to do it. If government wanted to do it, then they must shut JFK down. Say being in the country, you're not here about JFK being shut down. We are getting there. Kafon, all your economy you know, all your contact you know, you better bring money. You can lie to our people here. You say you can face the country problem. Then you're ready. As soon as you talk, oh, CVC here cut off, right? Then join. You say, oh, the president and the vice president are making plans. So that whole business. And you go, you let them know your own people. But anyway, today he got here. He got good morning. Welcome, my brother. That the thing that are happening.
Oh, good morning, and good morning to you, Liberians. How I missed you guys on yesterday, but it's good. We're back here for the sake of the people. We are here, not really good, but at least gratefully we are here, being with life, and that of course of health wise, we can say, but not 100% good health. But we're okay that we are here this morning, and too many things to talk about. As usual, our emphasis is going to be placed on the labor sector of our country, like Abu said. And of course, the health sector of our country, too many things terribly happening to our country. Imagining the GFK is telling us that what they say was a proposal, like Abu said. But contrary to that, you know, in a tour on Friday, I said the president started lie and his followers are following his lie. He did it. The vice president followed suit. And others are following. Now the JFK administration have followed. The same thing with mockery. When the president started making mockery, officials followed. And you saw consistently, you can see Mike Jabate making mockery of Liberians. I really listened to the one the man said, you know, he had to run away from his house on the 26th because Liberians were there. All of those things. So that is a sign of mockery that these guys are making out of us. So the president is leading and his followers are following, not on a good pace, but at a very terrible pace that is fast deteriorating the progress and peace of our country. So we read you the both notices that were released by the JFK. We are going to read them so you know that the government, you know what the people are doing this morning. But it's terrible we are receiving terrible news of people being denied, not just in
Rejected.
not just in Montserrat. Imagine that is taking effect across all government hospitals across this country. So all of those, imagine if people in Monrovia can start complaining about this, then what is happening to people who are in far to reach area where government attention is not.
So
imagine what the people So imagine what the people are there going through. So this is just it, and this is the rescue mission. And Abu, I sent you something. Well, a nurse that I know who is also a midwife supported Brakai during the course of the elections, but now she has realized, and you can read through her right out there on Facebook, and just too many things that are happening to our country. So we'll talk about this.
The Holy Spirit now capture her.
Yeah, so we'll talk about this plus many others, and then yes, today we'll be giving you between 5,000 to 25,000 this morning. So just for $100 Liberian dollars, we are here. At least we can do a draw at 8:10 or 8:15. *255*1#. For those of you using the button phone, is *255*1#. And then for those of you using the smartphone, is *255*1#. For just $100 Liberian dollars, you stand a chance to receive between 5,000 to 25,000 Liberian dollars right here.
Okay, fair enough. So this one, for our motorists, the LTM due, there is an update. The House of Representatives has made a request to the president in regards to the LTM due. And of course, they're asking the president to place temporary suspension on parts of the agreement. That's what we've gathered. That they're asking the president to place suspension on parts of the agreement with the Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated Company. Particularly the vehicle registration component, the driver license, and the license plate issuance, pending what they consider a full-scale investigation and review of the concession. And that's the hypocrisy of it all. But again, this is what it is. I think all of these things are barely intended to buy time from the affected people, the transport workers, right? As you've seen, the ministry employees, the taxi drivers. Yesterday, the truck drivers were there, right? Yesterday, the truck drivers assembled at the Capitol building, and they themselves too were protesting because we've said here times without number. You can have all of your petty disappointment or disagreements with us, but we're not going to cease from saying the facts about this government. This is a disaster. You're dancing in the poo-poo water, and you're a disgrace to your family name. And look, your grandchildren are going to come here, we're going to tell them that your grandpa, your grandma are dancing in poo-poo water. So you did all of those nonsense, and then this is what is happening here, right? So basically what I think you guys have to sustain, if you're genuinely convinced that this is a terrible deal for you, you have to stand up for your right. Nobody tells you what is right. You got to keep pushing, you got to keep standing up. Because look, what I can tell you all for sure, if you leave your faith with your lawmakers, they will compromise, they will sell you, they will sell your interests. So stand up until you have your demands. You know what is hurting you about the LTM deal, right? So you put them forth and you say there must be a categorical decision on this one before we leave. That's what I'm warning all of you affected by the LTM deal, right? Don't settle for all those scheming delay tactics. And I'm telling you, that's why your lawmakers, they are aware of everything they're saying they want to review. They are aware. So as soon as you go sit down, you say, our lawmakers and forget it. They will issue on your. These people, I don't trust them. The people who can take some men from over there and pull, right, a buffon over them, who they can be pulling, no passing around. Right now, they may even get time, go to the president and get money, buy ambulance and pull in the district and worry about a re-election. That's speaker there too, right? So, but this is it. So you can't trust those kind of people. right? But this is the statement they released. Say August 4th, 2025, His Excellency Joseph Newman Boaka, Senior President of the Republic of Liberia, our own man, our papi, our grandpa, and So this is it. Your Excellency, I present compliments and write by directive of the leadership of the House of Representatives to humbly request that you kindly ensure a temporary suspension on parts of the agreement consummated with the Liberia Traffic Management Company, specifically the vehicle registration, driver license, and license plate issuance, pending a full-scale investigation and review of the concession agreement. Look, the concession agreement hurts the Liberian people. You did not do a good job as a government and as a country, and more besides, right? You claim that CDC entered the agreement. So why are you? Look, you came to undo CDC wrongs, but you are the one, and doing all you can to implement CDC wrong. Look, we need to start going to the whole traffic management thing the way we should. The thing said we get, we keeping them, we're holding all the money, and all that. But basically, what we're going to say is that continue to hold your ground. The Ministry of Transport workers, they will come to you, they will tell you, say, we'll absorb this number of people, but it is not sustainable. It is not sustainable. If you enter someone Bogbati something, you go say that you enter Bogbati something, in no time, they will redundant you. They will redundant you. Those people have spent millions and millions bribing Unity Party people, spending their campaigns and things. They want to raise that money. For us, we just want the right thing to be done. It is not our business. We get done. But look, when we see terrible things that are affecting our people, we can go to bed with hunger, no problem, but we'll say it. We'll stand there. We told you our heroes are the Liberian people. Well, look, that's what we are, the people station, right? And this is that. So we're gonna move now, right? We're gonna move to something else. But let's see the statement from JFK, right? Yeah, you got it yesterday.
Yeah, they went on yesterday, okay. August 4th.
So no problem. Read that statement yesterday. That the PR statement, right? So read that one. Let's.
So this was the first. This is what was written by JFK on yesterday, signed and stamped, and this is it. Statement from the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, August 4th, 2025. The administration of the
no letter here. No letter here whatsoever. So the really rush and then you put the stamp on it.
The stamp is there. So it says here, the administration of the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, or the JFK in parentheses, wishes to inform the general public that there has been no increase in fees for life-saving surgeries or other essential services at the hospital, contrary to reports currently circulating in the media. The memo in question, which is being widely shared, is a proposal from service providers and remains under review. It has not received approval from the hospital's administration or board. Unfortunately, individuals with ill intent seeking to damage the reputation of the hospital have chosen to release this internal document prematurely. Over the past 8 months, the hospital's leadership has made unprecedented improvements in the quality of care that are all concerned, including increased availability of essential medication, upgraded laboratories and surgical services, infrastructure improvements, among other achievements.
All that in Allah.
The proposal in discussion aims to further enhance care by increasing the number of baseline laboratory tests for patients and extending post-operative hospital stays following cesarean sections measures intended to reduce the risk of sepsis infection in post-surgical patients or post-surgical patients. The proposal in discussion aims to further enhance care by increasing the number of beds. I think I got done with that. While we acknowledge the financial challenges facing public hospitals, including JFK, we emphasize that no policy within Liberia's public health system allows denial of emergency care due to inability to pay. JFK has never refused to treat emergency patients for lack of payment and will not uphold or withhold any life-saving maternity or maternal or newborn intervention under any circumstances. We reaffirmed our unwavering commitment to improving accessible, high-quality health care to all Liberians, regardless of financial situation, gender, ethnicity, or political affiliation. And this is signed at General Administrator of John F. Kennedy Medical Center.
Okay, so that was what they posted on yesterday, right? In reaction when the public backlash and the media condemnation and all of those came out, right? That was what they said. But there are several memos, and this is just this is the one for the under 5, right? Which was issued May 15. Say cancellation of free treatment. Cancellation of free treatment. Please be informed that as of today's May 16, 2025, there will be no free treatment at the under 5 in order to ensure availability of supplies, blah, 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 blah. So that is that. The very JFK that's saying one thing, and this is another. This other one is July 24, 2025. Dear all, please be informed that effective August 1, 2025, effective August 1, 2025, the new price instruction for C-section are as stated below. Admission fees, $25 United States dollars, 1 to 15 days. Cesarean session, $90 United States dollars. Intra-ops meds and medical supplies, $65 United States dollars. Routine lab, $20 United States dollars. A combined total of $200 and change. All other services will be billed as order. All patients must make a deposit of the highlighted bills.
They put this in bold words.
All patients must make a deposit of the highlighted bills prior to surgery, right? That means you must pay the money before you conduct the surgery. You're listening to now already that the same people that read it, they buy around the
came with the seal of the Republic and JFK logo.
So that's their letterhead, right? So kindly ensure that there are receipts, right? Kindly ensure that there are receipts in the charts before taking the patient to the theater or ward. In other words, that whoever assigned nurse or midwife or whoever assigned with that patient, make sure that the receipt of payment of that $200 is in the chart before carrying it on the wall. A JFK statement here, the one they released yesterday, that hurry statement, they didn't put letterhead on it, nothing. The only case them they put it on it, they say that proposal. But anyway, the man who beyond all of these revelations and all that is Wanto Tier Wanto, right? So let's call him now.
Let's just give money out quickly to somebody before.
Okay.
Yes, let's do something. Please give me the phone from over there. So *255*1#. Let's give out something to somebody here this morning.
Let the people collect their money. Will come back.
We can give out. We can give out 5,000 first. We want to give 10,000, but let's give out 5,000 first, and let's we come back and do the 10,000 draw right here.
My people, we'll open the phone now. When we tell you, say you have a lying government, you have people who lie to you. This is the reality. So somebody got to tell us why they allowed the lady to die to Redemption Hospital. Send our proposal. So how you allow a woman to die anyway? So let's hear from Wanto first.
Yeah.
In fact, there are even new revelations on different things, right? the pharmaceutical, the medications, and all of those things. This morning, you're sitting on the radio, you on Tessie, all of you that used to get vet, you say, oh, we they rescue you. So what the benefit of rescuing your life? You're passing around who they rescue. Some of you very frustrated and disappointed.
So star 255 star 1 hash for those of you using the button phone, and then star 255 star 1 hash for those of you using the smartphone. Let's see, we give out first morning to somebody, then at 8:30 we can give another one. In the next 22 minutes, I'm sure we can give out another money to somebody else here, right here. Let's give out this one to somebody. What's the new issue with this system that can be? So we got it already in queue. We just want to get it out right here, right now for you, so you can let's give out somebody money here this morning. For 100 Liberian dollars, you got the opportunity to receive between 5,000 to 10,000. So the least money you could be receiving here this morning is 5,000. And that's 5 to 15 or 20,000 right here this morning.
You got it.
Yes, you got a winner already. 685. Okay, let's call out this person. Then we come back at 8:30. We do another draw right here. Star 255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 1 hash is the code right here.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. And you?
I'm okay. This is Higa Gonda. I'm here calling you from Freedom FM.
Okay, Mr. Gonda. This is Martin Sherry.
Chief, did you play the cash giveaway this morning on Freedom FM?
Yes, I did, sir.
How many times you played this morning?
I played 1,656.
You play 1,600.
No, I played 600 in Liberty.
Okay, so that is to say you play 6 times on your Liberty account.
Yes, sir.
And then you play how many times? 3 times on your USD account.
No, 1 time.
Okay, so in total you play 7 times. Check your phone and you've received 5,000 Liberian dollars. Your money already on your mobile money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. So star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash for those of you using the smartphone. For just $100, you could win 25,000 here, 10,000, 5,000 this morning up. Let's get to 1 to tier, and then at 8:30 we can give out maybe 10,000 to somebody here this morning.
So that is it, folks. And things are going haywire in the country. Things are tough. I don't know whether, it's prayer that we need to get around track. I think we just need sincerity. Because if you see the Liberian people are suffering, but government officials are doing well. Somebody was telling me, and I followed yesterday on Spoon when they got confirmed that this lady, Cornelia Kratuba, who always naking herself and then slapping in the face of the people, and dancing in the pool with so men in there. We know what they can be doing there, but so then can be in the pool. She passes around and enjoying her own, and that's how she decided to enjoy her government life now. And she naked herself, she put it up, she buy around, you get fed, she say, oh, and my body, and but to some people the body fun, some people the body not fun. But which way, that's a whole different thing to talk about. But interestingly, she sits in a very critical position and right within the president's office. The thing about the disaster that's happening under this government is that the corruption, the bribery, the stealings are happening right under the nose of the president. And I don't know how the current stealing from the old man he's not even detecting. Somebody told me yesterday that apparently the old men are in charge. I do not like to hear these things, right? And all that, because I feel that woman knew what he wanted and that's how he went for it, and he ought to be prepared. So I'm not dealing with a man, I'm not dealing with an insane man. I'm dealing with a very sane man who vowed for the presidency, understanding the complexity, the workload, and everything it requires, and has been around, and for quite some time. So the lady is building a mansion in New Georgia area there. Right, mansion. In 1 year, 6 months, the government can find money for Be Better and small 5-year-old, 3-year-old children to the hospital medication. but government people building duplex. So this has generated some, very uneasy reaction among the neighborhood. And, people in the neighborhood say, but we have from scratch. You were here. The next thing, she launched umbrella. Say, I know umbrella brigade. She buying umbrella for people. You being duplex, then you fooling the people in the community.
Yeah.
You say you buy umbrella. Say we get
just campaign and political.
Say when we get umbrella campaign. So you mean the life of the people who taxes you are depending on. When a value to be on an umbrella, changing money. Then you and your pa are being duplex. You see the mindset. You see how they're treating our people. One day girl who they're born, and they feel they think she can go in the community and make fool out of the people, right? She ready? She'll buy umbrella. She pin the yellow umbrella campaign. Give it to the poor. Oh yeah, you're on a life. You're on a good to go change money, right? To go sell pepper on the road. Then the boss will agree with that. The government that you wants us to better our life. Then we'll buy in your fence. Your little small green Congo is to be sleeping in. You be in duplex now. Long building. Then over it. Then the casting for the tail layer. In 1 year, 6 months.
I don't want to do so. She got more than 100+ person goes payroll.
That the country they say not get money. That the country they say no money to pay people, no money to do the other one. But how can they are? More Ali than all of them. Daniel Sano is building drivers market. The people know it, right? All of them building, but then the Liberian people, but they say it was okay to chastise Samurai Wolo calling other people, but when it comes to them, you must lead them, right? Liberians, you got to be fair. You will solve your problem if you are fair to people. There is no one Liberian better than the other. Unity Party people can come here and repeat the very things they criticize, and then you say now you think it's okay and everybody should shut up their mouth. We will not tolerate these things. Absolutely not. Right? So we are still trying to establish contact with want to, but this thing has generated very serious issues. Very serious issue. 1 year, 6 months. If this lady is able to build that duplex up there, right? Yesterday, the University of Liberia students were protesting, and they set ablaze a tire, on the main road. They put fire on the tire, center of the road.
And the guys are even threatening to go more than that.
More than that.
They said
right?
The legislature cannot renovate the UL campus or the campus.
Let's say the president addressed the legislature during his sermon, right? His annual message. He said that his team has done an assessment of what is needed, to fix the University of Liberia and all that, and he's mobilizing the resources to go in there and fix it, right? And we are told that all of the assessment they did is under 15 million also to renovate and do everything that they have to do in keeping with the standard that they set. The president did that. So was the president lying to the legislature? Right? It's 6 months, over 6 months in a year. And my information from the University of Liberia is that the government of Liberia has not made a penny commitment to that money. That assessment that data said did. Right? That data said did. But look, there's something you need to understand. This country here, we gotta be fair, right? There's the government that do renovation all over, but the one that has to do with our children, the future of our children. Right? The young people, the future of this country. They go do politics.
They are renovating offices around here.
Yeah. So the very government that cannot irrigation, even you raise up, but irrigation with the train scene somewhere, they will not be burning tire and all those things. Right? Ministry of Finance, right here, spent $1.4 million to renovate Ministry of Finance. But they didn't get money. They have not raised a penny for the University of Liberia. They spent $2.1 million to renovate ministerial complex, to pin ministerial complex. When you say renovate, people will be thinking like, oh, you carry, to pin ministerial complex, to pin finance ministry, you spend 1.4 million United States dollars. To put Brighton pin, right? Yeah, to put Brighton pin on the Ministry of Finance wall. 2.1 million United States dollars. That's what the government spent. To renovate Bwaka House, Joseph Bwaka, the president house, right? So all sources are saying it's more than 2 million, but what we got from a source that we can tell you 1.3 million to 1.5 million to renovate Bwaka House, but no money to renovate. So you see where their interest, their focus is not in you. This is why you have problem with us. But when it came to the poor government, when it came to what did they do? They say, oh, we can't solve the real problem, but oh, we see children, and they have been exploited for school fee and things. You know what? Government will show up that will intervention there, right? But we say that one not even enough to renovate. The president went to the legislature and said, we have done our assessment. You're chopping out this, probably can chop sometimes. But Trump said the man speak willingly. No problem. They will really all Bwaka chopping thing, will put it together, will make it a teaser. So Trump said, oh yeah. So renovation of Bwaka, 1.3 million, 1.4 million or thereabout. Renovation of what? The Ministry of Information. Jeremy PSA he spent 1 million. Mikat, when he said he spent $1 million, right, to renovate Mikat. Capital Building people asking for $1.8 million. But when it came to the University of Liberia, the student got a burn tire. No way. Cornelia Kwatokwa being duplex. Right? Let me take a few calls on the one because the one said hurting. Right? Let me hear your view on it. How come we can find money to renovate the comfort of few people in government and then we ignore the one the future generation rely on? 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Liberians, speak your mind or forever hold your peace. This is your country. Look, you can't be slave in your own country. You gotta speak. Nobody saying for it. Nobody saying go butu, blah blah blah. Lofa different foes. No Lofa different foes being here anymore. Speak. Let your word be your weapon. When there is bad thing happening in the country, you raise your voice. You speak against it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Let's hear you. Just 6 calls, we'll go to our Ministry of Health conversation.
Yeah. Thank you for your information.
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Let's hear you live, my brother. Let's hear you. No money to renovate UL, but there is money to renovate the comfort of our government officials. What do you think?
For me, I think like when politics is part of our history, the issue is someone is not in power to get the for other personal power when the right one will pay taxes. But most of them, the people use that pay money.
Okay, thank you very much. This other person here, no money to renovate the University of Liberia, but many money, too many money to renovate the comfort of government officials. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, this is Bao Senior. I'm calling from Nima County, most of the city Ganta, issue 1.
Okay, how are you following us? Through the internet or the radio?
Using the phone. But I'm monitoring it through the internet on my friend's phone.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, man, our Ganta man go. Yeah, man. No network. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to Ika.
Morning, Edmund.
No money to renovate the University of Liberia 1 year 6 months, but government officials are being duplex and all of that's happening, but there is no money to renovate UL.
Yeah, that's what just like it's all about them. It's not about us. That's all. Because mind you, the last time we discussed about money that was spent at the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, where the GEC was asking them to produce proper documentation as to the people that were collecting no money. But the president we don't know. Now the foreigner grant were putting down for duplex. That was the reason why she did that. So the people the cash things in their interest to be able to collect. All
right, thank you very much. We hold it right there, and so let's go across and talk to our man, the man who has penetrated and broke all of the news as it relates to the terror that's happening within the healthcare delivery system of our country. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Abu. It's a tremendous privilege to be on. Really happy to be on this show. It's been a while since we had a conversation as well.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah. And you've been doing your thing. I say, yeah, let my man do your thing. But it's good to have you, man.
Of course, always.
Yeah, basically, bro, like we talk, is about the JFK, right? And interestingly, after all of the revelations and of course the exposure, the JFK issued a statement on yesterday, which we read quite before you came on, right? And denying the reports. And they've said that whatever is out there are just mere proposals and that they've taken no practical action. So, I mean, what can you say to that?
I think it's very extremely deceptive. And the reason why it's deceptive because we've provided substantial information onto that. The first thing is the contradiction that lies in it. First of all, the proposal was not. There's no subject to approval. I posted something yesterday, Abu. We obtained multiple verified documents showing that the CEO of JFK, Dr. Linda Abrash, officially approved the update testing sessions prices in a letter dated July 8, 2025. The communication was also co-signed by Joseph B. Mensah, Chief Financial Officer, and it was copied to the editor A.B. Parker Selif, the administrator, and then there was a CC copy to the OBGYN department. So the memo outline of
you mean the official approval from the administration?
San. I posted that yesterday on my page. San. Now you give the name of the people who were in that meeting. In fact, before even that procedure was done, there was a July 4th technical committee meeting.
Okay.
Where they discussed in detail concerning this entire process. The meeting was presided over by Dr. Augustine Fanea. And I can give you the list of people that attended that meeting.
Yeah, please do.
Parker, Selif, co-chair administrator, Neema Wa William, member administrator, Evangeline Wa Harding, member, Dr. Fakapi Duyenku, member specialist, Dr. Lawrence B. Stempney, member, Dr. Dadis B. Chiwan, member.
So there are about 13 people.
13 people in total attended that meeting. We posted evidence of it as well. And this is the part about it. It's extremely I don't understand.
So 1 to 1 minute. This is the meeting you're talking about. This meeting, July 4, 2025. It was the meeting of the technical committee to approve the decision, right?
Yeah. That's exactly so. But yes. What is very interesting? We spoke about many issues, right? We didn't just highlight the issue of just the cesarean session.
Okay.
We spoke about child care too as well. The hospital claimed that cesarean session fee memo is merely a proposal. But what is very interesting to know here that it was not only a proposal, but it was signed, dated, posted, and enforced by the hospital.
Exactly. I have all of the
women were being charged by that. Exactly. Women were being charged by that. If the policy was enforced, how can you disown it right now? And beyond that, the hospital is continuing with the policy quietly. They have not revoked the policy. In fact, their statement did not even state that they revoked the policy. In fact, maternal or neonatal death that occurred during the timeline of the policy, would they be, because we have evidence of someone currently in the hospital died because of delayed treatment for that policy. I will say the number of that person so you can call and do your investigative journalism. I believe this individual has all right to sue JFK, and because they deny the policy, and that individual is victimized because of the policy. So there's so much here. We spoke about BK pharmacy. Right now at JFK, there's a monopolistic process for pharmaceutical drugs in the entire hospital. For public hospital, in that hospital, you have BK pharmacy having their payment method being set up, right? So the payment method being set up at BK pharmacy, all of the drugs that are being paid for go directly into the account of BK pharmacy, not the government of Liberia. Who made that decision? Because the hospital is being fully funded by public funding, and you monopolize the entire
another argument could be that they outsource the pharmaceutical component to a company.
So then the question is not making public. How many percentage is coming to the government of Liberia? So
under this arrangement that you are privy to, what is there for the government of Liberia, or it is just entirely BK?
In fact, they claim that 25% is coming to the government of Liberia, but no one knows the channel or the mechanism in which the 25% is coming. So there's a lot of opportunity for investigative, procedure. The government of Liberia should see our fight as a pathway of accountability process. We need to know who owns BK pharmacy. Is there some kind of hidden deal or cluster? Because this is healthcare. You cannot monopolize the entire pharmaceutical.
So what is the danger? What is the danger? Do you see with BK, a private company, right, taking charge of the pharmaceutical of the referral hospital? What is the danger with that?
There's not a danger here, right? The danger here is one. First of all, we have the current issue with the memo where there's a mandatory 65 USD paid to the C-section. That decision came directly because BK think that, in fact, BK presence as the only monopolistic pharmaceutical company at JFK, create an avenue that JFK is a private hospital, which is no. There is a serious implication here, Abu. There's conflict of interest. The partnership was reportedly driven by personal ties, not by consideration of patient care. There's lack of price regulation because BK pharmacies set the prices without oversight of government review. There is barrier to emergency care. As we speak, we highlighted numerous barriers. Mothers in critical condition are denied urgent surgery if they cannot make upfront payment. There's transparency failure. The public.
And do you think the contract with BK Pharmacy could be responsible for these harsh policies?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The public was never informed. No competitive bidding process was conducted. No regulatory approval was issued. And this is how it is. The entire policy stands in violation of the Liberia Essential Medicine Policy, which prohibits sole supplier contract without regulation. It also a breach of the World Health Organization guideline on emergency maternal care. It forbids financial barrier in critical services. Liberia Health, National Health and Social Welfare Policy also promise equitable and affordable access to healthcare. And Article 7 of the Constitution, Abu, as you know, state that there should be a guarantee of the right to health for all Liberian citizens, including President Baka and Jenna, promised that the people that we will have a people-centered healthcare system. So the reality here is that there's so much challenge with how this is being done, because as we speak, BK Pharmacy is primarily, setting the price for our healthcare. They are setting the price for our healthcare, and this is extremely terrible. We believe that there must be an immediate investigation into this deal. We also want to be able to highlight the issue of childcare. Under 5 years in Liberia, overnight, are being asked to pay for it. We have received currently of children paying for healthcare in JFK. That policy was changed too under the very administration.
But they say all of those were proposals that have not taken effect. Then how them people are paying?
We got received. Those that want to follow this case, they should definitely follow my page. We posted evidence. In fact, today we'll be posting receipt of payment from children on our policy. The amount is there. You know, we're not speaking out of assumption. We're providing facts and evidence here. This thing is terrible. It's a horrible deal. It has a national implication on access to services and healthcare. And all Liberians must be worried about this. And we call on the president of Liberia. This is not a political plot. This is not partisan.
No, this is life saving. This is about life here. We're talking about life. This has got nothing to do with political identity and preference and all of those things. Because no matter what you do, irrespective of which party you come from or who you support, right? A relative of yours will be entrapped into these, and this is the trouble. So at this point, have anybody from whether the legislature or someone from the government, have there been any engagement to explain as to why? Take for say, probably there could be a reason. We'll endeavor to reach out to them, but I'm just trying to understand. Do you have any justification as of now as to why the government choose to do that? Then we can evaluate and the reasonability of that.
No, in fact, there's a fantastic thing, revelation coming up in this process, Abu. As we speak, the minister was at JFK yesterday. I don't know what specific date was.
The minister of health?
The Senate? Yeah, the minister of health was there overnight. We have information. We have informers all over that gave me information. The head of the health system instructed them to take down all the memo yesterday. And then we're waiting on the Senate Pro Tem to also investigate, as she posted on her page as well.
Okay. For she even said that at that point, she said, we have started to intervene in this. No woman in labor pain should have to pay a deposit before admission at any government hospital in Liberia. Services should be provided immediately upon arrival. Delivery is an emergency. So, by this, the Senate Pro Tem even agreed that this is happening. So, we are intervening to stop it, which contradict the hospital's release that it is a proposal.
Yes, exactly. And that's the interesting aspect of it, is the fact that she promised that there will be an investigation, and we're holding all to a promise. And we called on the House to investigate. We called on every meaning Liberian to take keen attention to what is happening in JFK. Because this is an overnight policy that is being set up to massacre a lot of innocent mothers in Liberia. Because access to maternal care must be a priority for any country, no matter how poor you are. Primarily this is extremely terrible. We must do better as a country. We must do better. We must intervene. We must create avenues. And there's a situation where we must build a bipartisan solidarity. And this is one situation. We must all be concerned. United partisans, because their mothers, their children, future children and future generation will come up and see this policy. It is wrong, and I think also that no healthcare system will monopolize the pharmaceutical industry, especially when it comes to public health provision. In Ghana, no public health care has a single pharmacy. So we're concerned how the administrators or the Ministry of Health approve BK Pharmacy to be the sole dealer of drugs in JFK. This is very concerning, Abu. Very, very concerning.
I agree, and that is a genuine concern. That is a very genuine concern, and they have to speak to the public about that. But could this be one of the policies that the government or the administrators there could want to claim was inherited or something they made on the book?
But we provided evidence on the timeline when the policy changed. On the CDC, the price was different. The price changed under the United Party to 200. I think CDC, it started off at 90, went to 150, and it stick at 150 throughout. And in fact, childcare was also free on the CDC. That policy changed as well. That's the reason why they say it's a new policy memo is subject to approve. But we said no. The policy is not subject to approve. We agree it's new under the new administrator of JFK. But we also want to be able to state that the policy is ongoing, and we must be able to investigate. You know, what prompted the policy, what inspired, and again, we're doing better. If the hospital administrator said that we did this because, you know, international funding have declined for the hospital, that's a general concern. We are open to understanding exactly what inspired this.
No, even if that was a general concern, that is not justifiable. I mean, the government must be able to cater to the health care of its people. You can't.
Yeah. That's what I was coming to, Abu. Then if that's the case, the government failed to create mechanism process that will subvert the challenge of USAID funding.
And exactly, that's what I'm coming to, because 1 to 1 minute, we got to look at the bigger picture. We can beat on the administrators at JFK all we want, but at the end of the day, it is central government that provides resources to them. We got to look at it from there. Their capacity to be able to sustain these programs and these activities as they were inherited, right, has to stem from the general government contribution towards JFK.
I agree, Abu. And this is what I'm saying. I'm being as honest as possible. I'm very open to understanding exactly what inspired this. And I think the government of Liberia must create avenue that subvert the exit of usage. Usage funding. Other countries are creating that. Do an overall evaluation of our health system. That's been impacted by the exit of USAID funding. Even our education system, there's a whole lot to be looked at. I spoke recently about the Marine Health Full Program. USAID were funding that program $10 million.
Yeah.
The reduction of USAID means that there's no funding because the government budget is $1 million annually compared to USAID funding. And this is a systemic issue. We overspend our budget on very unnecessary things, and the basic thing that we should be investing in is absolutely not included to our budgetary allotment. There's so much that must be done for this country. And I think, you know, this is one issue because we believe that women should have access to health care, and maternal health should be something that we all should definitely be concerned about. You know, because even the first lady says she's a champion of maternal health care. I call on her to investigate exactly what's happening in JFK. Let's demonstrate some level of empathy and understanding to the concerns of pregnant women across our country. But this is a national concern, and I think also it's a national crisis as well.
I mean, finally, do you think our leaders are seeing it as one? Because what do we see prevalent in Liberia is leaders themselves taking the initiative. For example, recently, the Speaker of the House, Mr. Richard Kuhn, purchased an ambulance when JFK is struggling for basic material. When you see the Speaker, instead of making allotment to ensure that public facilities, healthcare delivery are up to tax, taking on to themselves the initiative by, ambulance for his district, isn't that a contradiction to you? Isn't that discouraged, or kind of signal to you that, of course, the willpower to empower the public facility is just not there? Are you there?
Yeah, I agree. It's a big contradiction to be real, and I think this is a weakening call. It's a renaissance of a revival to public interest into how some of the basic health necessities matters a whole lot. And again, it's terrible that we still in this 21st century having a conversation about maternal health care, and it's a terrible precedent that a major public hospital will privatize all of these services on a basic assumption of saying, we develop a policy. That's a public hospital, for Christ's sake. If we transition a public hospital that's being funded by public taxpayer funding into private system, then we're heading nowhere as a country. So it's very concerning, and I think we must do better as a country. We must do better. I have to work.
Oh, okay.
But I'll be very hopeful that we can be able to have more conversations about this.
Yeah, certainly. But just lastly, because I'm hearing from the corridors of the hospital that if they do not continue with this policy, JFK run the risk of shutting down because government is not providing the needed resources.
But then that's a general conversation, Abu. Then if that's the case, then let's look at the challenges. In the statement that was put up by JFK administrators, if you read it, it says otherwise. It did not speak about any challenges on funding. It did not speak about any existing, or maybe to some extent,
they're probably scared and trying to protect their jobs because
that's a situation that I can't interpret. Unfortunately, I don't think you can interpret that. So we call on the hospital to be honest and transparent about their situation and their challenges. First, they must be courageous to own up to the policy they produce. Because you can be deceptive only because you want to save your job. And we're very open to call on the government of Liberia to invest more into JFK and other private or public hospitals across Liberia. Even if possible, provide public subsidies to private hospitals. Healthcare is a basic need. And these are conversations that we need to be able to stand together in solidarity for.
Thank you very kindly, Wanta. We'll find time to talk more about these and others.
Definitely. Always, Abu. Thank you so much for giving the time to speak this morning.
All right. So that's it. You've heard it. But Higa, you coming in quickly just before this. Let's hear what the president of Liberia promised in terms of what he will have done with the healthcare services or the healthcare of our country, so that we know exactly where we are.
You can't just be sitting there and say anything that people do is all right. It's not all right. It's going to change. It's going to be for your children's future. It's going to be for good schools, good medical services. Every community will make sure they will have good medical services for our people. And you will begin to see it. And people who work in those places, they must make sure that they will work in the interest of people and they will be paid. We have said that we will come up with medical insurance where everybody go to the hospital, they will be treated. That's what we want.
Okay, that's what the president said. 1 year, 6 months, 7 months later, JFK is in tatters and, of course, on the verge of closure. Is a hard thing. A lot of people wouldn't want to say it, but this is where we are. 1 year later, the president promised all of these, and JFK, the biggest referral hospital in the country, is at the verge of shutting down. It is outsourcing basically all of its essential services to private companies.
Coming for their outsourcing, outsourcing.
Yeah, so BK Pharmacy have taken over
it's becoming terrible for our country day by day, Abu. And I see government officials are running with this latest post from this latest stuff from the GFK. And one good thing I will do is I will always be there, Abu. For every time I go, I see any of them, I will post that. I will go back there and post the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
So you see here, this guy went and posted this. So I will just continue to be posting that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't continue to be there and be lying as you are lying to the public. This was a mistake made from your administration end, right? Let's be clear. Identify that this was
a deliberate decision, not a mistake.
Don't start to do it like the people you doing it. We can tell you that time I used to say that and things like Liberians are stupid people. So they will not do anything or say anything. That was 2005, 2006 when your first came in power. But at this stage of the country's history, when the war has become digital and young Liberians are becoming more investigative, they are doing more investigation, they are doing more research. No, you can't continue to fool everybody at the same time, man. It is not possible. It can't work this time. It worked before, yes. That was because the people who came, their minds were still closed on there because of the war and all of that. But at this stage of our country's history, we must continue to always speak truth to power. You can't make a decision that is life-threatening that got severe negative impact on Liberians. When you sit down there, you want play politics with you can say, oh, there's something I propose, or how can a proposal be immediate, effectively, August 1? So when you say effective August 1, then that conversation you still having, I guess it's already here. So, let's give money to somebody quickly.
So pay the people the money. We come back, we'll take a couple of calls on this, and then we'll move to something else.
So *255*1# for those of you using the smartphone, and then small phone is small button phone, and then *255*1# for those of you using the smartphone. So let's give out money to somebody again here. We will do more of that. That is, if you will continue to play, we can do another one, maybe 9 o'clock. Yes, we want to do it. So we can do another one now, and then wait at 9 o'clock, do another. That is, if you can meet the threshold. But the code is *255*1#. For those of you using the button phone, and then *255*1#. For those of you using the smartphone. So let's give out this money to this person. It's yes, this person has won 5,000 Liberian dollars. We hope that they can pick. Let's give out to them. Just hope that they can pick right here. At 9 o'clock, we want to do another one, but it's up to you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. This is Hagar. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Yeah, I'm Jackson.
Jackson, did you play the cash giveaway this morning on the Freedom Morning Raz?
Yeah.
How many times you did so?
12 times.
You played 12 times. That is to say, you used 1,200.
Yeah.
Check up on your phone. You got 4,800 profits. So a total of 5,000 is on your phone right now.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome, Chief. So *255*1# for those of you using the button phone, and then *255*1# for those of you using the smartphone. You can be like the others who have won. So at 9 o'clock, the next 10 minutes, we want to do a draw, but let's wait to see that you can play. Then we can do a draw. Maybe before going to
certainly. Let's take calls.
076-104-104-086-500-104 are the numbers to call us on here this morning and be a part of today's edition of the program. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. This is Ibrahim.
Where are you live?
Yes, this is Ibrahim calling from
Go ahead.
Yeah, the issue under discussion. My wife was 18 and went to retention hospital to give birth. It was June 11 of this year. She went to give birth. Unfortunately, they said they cannot admit her unless we pay the money.
June 11.
Yes, I have the receipt.
But the people said that proposal.
I was at work, and then she placed a call to me, crying on the phone. I said, "What's happening?" She said, "The money on me is not equivalent to what the people demanding for. So I don't know how I'll be admitted." So I had to call a friend of mine who's solely around a particular retention hospital. I pleaded with him. But then he was on his way to Peterson. But then he had to call his mother and say, "Oh, my friend was in pain. I'm begging you the money they're asking for. If he does not have the money, just add the money to A1 and come out here to you." So he was in that pain. Call me, making it clear now. In pain, the senior house, they cannot test for. Until they added the money up before they brainstorm her and then they carry her to the labor room. I had to ask for excuse to let my working place, and then I went and gave my friend money that he added to the money. So it's a sad situation, seriously.
They want a living testimony.
Yeah, I have the receipt.
You want to please? You want to please share the receipt with us?
You can send the receipt. Okay. Please take this. Thank you, Avery.
0776104104086500104 are the numbers to call us on *255*1#. or star 255 star 1 # is the code for you to stand a chance and receive 5,000 here for just 100 Liberian dollars. You can receive from something here. So at the end of there is a new promo for this month of July, and of course, all of you who will continue to play will be giving out 25 kg bag of rice. We'll be giving 40-inch TV. We'll be giving out Kama 40 as well for the higher player of the week. Morning.
Morning. Good morning, Abu, and good morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Brian. I'm going to Sovereign District 4.
Go ahead.
Hey, very sorry for the big accident on a rescue mission. Well, rescue mission to the rescuer. But at this time, for them to be increasing, how every lesson like I only hear of me apply our travel. They talk about increasing driver lesson. But anyway, they keep a rescue, then they put it ready on with the station. Then they enjoy themselves. So they keep a rescue themselves or they keep a rescue. Which one?
And rescue is a part of it. They're both doing a rescue now.
Okay.
No. But
all right.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning, Hagar.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is Sam C. I'm calling from Crystal Police in Brownsville.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Abu, Hagar, we don't have human being leading us. Hello. We don't have human being leading us.
It is even more serious than that.
Those guys are heartless. Look, Abu, we have somebody in government. You know, they were good guys that are not personal friends. But we don't got enter this government, man. Those guys begin heartless. Some of the things they can say. I said, are you talking anything here? I said, wow. Let's just pray. Let's just pray for this country. This country is in a serious big mess, my brother.
Okay. Let me just finish taking the call. I can tell you something. Maybe the small hope that some of you have coming loose this morning. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Abu and Eka, is fine. It's not only JFK, my brother. Liberia, for what we are seeing, for what we are going to be for government. But no, because you say allocate like 3 million to the health sector, they're not coming out once. It's not going to be 1 year. In fact, we have a budget of 800 million. Right now, the international community will take away just 50 million. And we're not able to recast and direct funding where it's necessary.
No, they are keeping the money to themselves. They're keeping the money to themselves, and then everything is in recurring. You spend over 700 million on the government, and the people dying. Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. 5 more minutes. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the discussion. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
When the government came to power, the king was lie. Even the cabinet said, no one is platform. That is what I was saying. I was killing a guy in the hospital, and I was placing a guy because no medicine, no data. Now they are there. These are more better than what they were doing in the past.
I know, right?
Understand? If you tell us that this is conversation, the man of God and is giving more than what I have in the past. Even at the people talk about more than just as you said about.
But oh my God, we lost the guy. I mean, just listen. Nobody said witness across the road. The major call his own situation and explain it on the radio live. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu and Eka.
Good morning.
No, you want to follow there. I don't think that he will be rolling all now. The way in which the president that dance with the devil, I think that what reflecting the life of every Liberian. So we need to establish a national resistance force that will be praying and also moving on the vanguard of protest to tell the whole world that we have a wrong you. How can you try to rescue us? Then now look at what happened in government. The pregnant woman tell us that this is a bomb back here, they come to go to your house to escort you to Bomi Hospital. They are not talking to handle email. Open settlement that will experience it or rejection.
Go to your house, call the police say you got to back here, sing it.
The police is using the police vehicle to be escorting a wedding convoy and dividing them, right?
Good morning. Because they pay for it. Good morning.
That's it. So, if you take their job and give it to all, so then they get their job, it's not going on. Yeah. You see what going on? So you cannot tell the dance from the dancer. Oh, we see nothing yet. Like we always said. Okay. We should look one king, one king. We got it.
Yeah, we got it now. Let's take you, the final caller. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you can hold it line. There's a female. Well, yeah, for the females, man. Hey, my God, big call back. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Go ahead. You're live.
Yeah. The situation I guess is very much.
Just say the situation in the health sector because not only GSK, it's over.
In the health sector is very bad because in the health sector, that they the ones who were running campaigns. The woman but that if they have more prep, then you got to support the. You get me?
Yeah, you're right.
You got to take the second and more before they get prep. And if they get prep, after you get the quantity of money, in a podcast, you will charge you for the podcast, and I get that.
Where the makeup
No, but it's serious. But they said it. What they said is the money you pay, that one I just what you supposed to do for the subject, but when you don't with it, ask yeah, was it
Liberia have a way to always say, something. But look, folks, things are more serious than even what we're saying. Yesterday, just before we take our guest here, I had a privilege. I think I told you a little bit, but I had a privilege to sit with senior business executives in this country. Basically trying to assess and just know what is happening. And I was there with some senior citizens of this country who are level 5 or 6 in number. Were there. And the way the guys spoke, the way they spoke, the small little hope I had vanished. Look, not a politician, not somebody who has interest to be representative or whatever in the country, right? A foreign business mogul, right? Sitting, this man employs over, I don't know how many hundred, with all of his different conglomerates across the country, running business. He has been here for years, rock of ages. This man said, now look, since power changed hands, there's not a single business opportunity that has come to this country. There's not a single investment. And in fact, his prediction was that in the next year,
it'll be worse.
Right? For not the next year, whatever. Nobody should sit down anywhere and tell you, say, oh, at the end of nobody will say, oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? There is no light. The whole place is dark. In fact, the machine says no light. And when you hear that, because in business terms, they say when there are difficult moments, what you do, right? You institute austerity measures to calm the tension until things can get normal. But when the conditions are that there is no normalcy ahead, then you are confused. All of the business
so you either decide to close down or run a business at a loss.
So business people have scaled down, and cut costs on every level. Yet still there's no light. Nothing is happening. Right? So now, if you are hoping that, oh, this is just a 6-month thing or a 1-year thing, no. That is the reason why your government is not speaking to you. They're not talking anything to you. They're only increasing bills. So no new company, no new company has come in the country.
No.
There is no prospect of any new company or business coming, right? The ones that are here, the government has increased taxes on them.
Some are deciding to leave.
And those ones, some have closed already. Others who are still open, they're struggling to maintain themselves.
I know of a business. I know of a guy who is a business guru to Abu. He was basically involved in the mining sector of our country. He was employing, I think, over 300-400 human beings, Liberians, as we see, or more than that. That guy has left today. He's forming his group in Burkina Faso. He has taken his project to Burkina Faso. So this is just how far we are reaching as a country. Business people are leaving because of the government greed and officials' desire to increase taxes. That one, the one that is legal, like the one that on people, the ones that can be compared to pay before your issues are fast tracked or your documents are fast tracked. That one is now on record. We can talk about that. But it's terrible. If you're just sitting and think that while we are sitting here and saying that, that Abu and Hagar talking you, that Freedom Evan talking you yourself, look at the exchange rate now. If you got US or if you got Liberty, you want to go buy in US, you have to be looking for the rate of 205 now, 206. And if you got a Liberty, if you got a US, then you're going to exchange it, it's around 201, 202, 203. This is where we are. All of these things are happening. These were the people who used to tell you, we can't talk, we are not to speak, we are not to speak. Have you heard Baka speaking? Because they've lost. The only thing they can do, because that what brought them to power, is fake propaganda. You see them posting, they are very fast in falsifying documents. They are very fast in forging signatures and breaking documents to make you believe that, they are working on things. Things are getting worse. Instead of what you're thinking that things will get better, Baka is going to 2 years. We are in August. Today is August 5th. And from now to January, Baka will be counting 2 years of leadership. No light.
That's correct. So let me just zero in on this point, right? And look, these are the people, these are the basic engine of the economy. The commerce and industry. If they're telling you this, right? No money, there's nothing created to attract people to Liberia. Everything we're just in a cycle, and there is increment on in taxes and all of those things, right? It's gonna get die. It's gonna get killing. We're reaching that point. And in situation, countries are the crossroads. Whether you elect or not, whether you voted Baka or not, this is where we are. This is a huge emergency. So I do not believe that Liberia can withstand it, right? And there is no solution in grasp for the government. There is no solution in grasp. The Ministry of Finance has given up, and that's what they always telling us to pray. The president himself cares less. In the midst of these kinds of breakdowns and emergency, the president interest is in anniversary parties, birthday parties for him and his wife. They're celebrating, they're drinking wine, they're eating food and everything.
That's what they do.
This is where we are, Liberians. Your destiny is in your hand. Your fate is in your hand. But this is the feedback we're getting. For us, our mouth is only to tell you. So when you say enough, forget it. Anything hard on you right now, the next 3 months, it will get harder. It will pass. If there's another superlative degree in heaven, we'll go put it down, jump inside that one. But this is where we are. Only you can solve the problem. Nobody can solve the problem for you. So let's take a time stopper.
Yes, hopefully we'll come back. We do our next draw quickly and give money. Then we'll move to our guest. But it's star 255 star 1 hash or star 255 star 1 hash. Just 100. Let's go.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places. In every competition, you can see. So if you see her, don't take her in your hands. Call your authority. But it can't take care of you. Come stop by for us. We need several to your door. You reach out. If you see her, you must have me. Whoever, if you see her, don't do it. I'm a part of it. Stop. The people bring safety to your door. Stop me crying and make a peace for them before. Stop Liberia. On the settle to interior. If you are selfless, come for honor. The people bring safety to your door. Stop me crying and make a peace for them before. Stop Liberia. On the settle to interior.
Can't stop Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-open home center.
Stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Stop people and make a peace for them before. Stop Liberia. From the center to interior. People are selfless, stop for all. The people bringing safety to your door. Stop people make a peace for them before. Stop Liberia. From the center to interior. People are selfless, stop for all. Stop Liberia. On the second to interior, people are selfless, for all. The people bringing safety to your door. Stop people and make a peace for them before. Stop Liberia. On the second to interior, people are selfless, for all.
Okay, stop Liberia. Look, our country, sweet land of liberty, has turned to something else. Like Takunje would say, yeah, every day, nyama, 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 nyama.
Then JB is so fresh to say the sweet land of liberty has turned better yet a kitten. So this is where we are.
So this is it. If you meet up the threshold, we pay money, right? And then we talk to George. Emphasis on the labor sector and part of that also we're gonna look back on their own action. The Enough is Enough was a patriotic citizens action to call the government's attention to the complaints, the hardship in the country, and it appears as though the president did not care. He ignored the people, he ignored the organizer, and the 12 days ultimatum has elapsed. Right, 14 days ultimatum has elapsed. The president has not even taken the phone to speak to them. And this is the leader you have. No matter how you try, they do not give you attention. So George is here. He's the Secretary General of the of STEN, the Civil Society STEN, and also a labor expert. And I mean a lecturer in the area and a man who has done a lot of research in this area, basically as we are now. What can we say about the labor condition, whether the rights issue, the pay issue, the decent work, and all of these things? It's important to put them into perspective. So when your pa lead a horse, you see your pa coming, he bring a black plastic, you vet. You gotta understand what is policy wise, what is strangulating your pa as a laborer in Liberia. That he cannot put a smile on your face. He can't treat you like other children. These things are bigger. They're government issues. So while we wait the
yes, we have a few more persons to meet the threshold. So he has
George, good morning, welcome.
Yes, I will. And yeah, here, good morning. It's very good morning. I'm drinking coffee in your office.
Yeah, my man. You're the man, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Good morning to fellow Liberians. This is the voice of George S. Tengbe. I'm an advocate for labor and environmental justice. I'm also the
second advocate.
Yeah, right. So I'm also the Secretary General for the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day and a lecturer at the University of Liberia, lecturer in environmental science and climate change. So it's good to be here listening to our good brothers making some analysis on the way forward for our country. So thank you.
Fair enough. So what is starting with STEM? We come to our real issue, or they become we start our real issue. So let's talk about STEM. And the protest was global. it was a big thing, and came out of the traction. But at the end of the day, the goal of you, the organizers, was to have the ears of those in power. Did you get that?
I would say yes, because the issue about protest, despite it being your universal human right, as enshrined in Article 19 and 18 and 20 of the United Nations Declaration on Human Rights, and despite it being our right to freely assemble according to Chapter 17 of the Constitution of Liberia, we believe the protest was successful. We know it was successful because all of the scare tactics from the government, where they were, I can still recall that early morning they were warming up their hot water truck, but they forgot to understand that the day was going to be very cloudy and wet, and the protesters, we the people, we were ready to to get our skin warm because we were already getting cold. So the hot water truck was another way to to motivate us. So it was a successful day. We believe we were disrespected. The people of Liberia were disrespected by our leaders. Mind you, the president of Liberia is our servant. He is not our leader. He should be listening to us. When we gave him instruction, the instruction was for him to become president. We made him president. So it was a slap in our face. And like the former lawmaker Moses and Apollo will say, we are not flabbergasted, but I think we are flabbergasted in this case now because the president felt that he was too, important for his own people. He felt that going to the ministerial complex to discuss and see a presentation of AI generated content was more important than listening to the plight of the people. So the president was very insensitive to the plight of the Liberian people. That's why he didn't come out, and that's why he didn't send his VP, and they decided to send Richard Kuhn. Of course, we're not going to present our petition to him.
Well, was it Richard Kuhn or Prince too?
First it was Prince too, and then later on we got information that they want to send Richard Kuhn, and then we got another information that they wanted to send the presidential, what's his name? No, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs.
He's not here.
Yeah, but those were
those were all lies.
We were getting when we were on the street. So we said we're not going to listen to them, and our presentation was going to be presented to the president or the vice president because they are the people that we made leaders. They shouldn't be afraid of us. They should come to listen to us. But like I said, the president was very insensitive to the plight of the people, just like he's insensitive now.
And so the president was insensitive. He didn't pay heed or give heed to your demands, and then you issued an ultimatum which has elapsed. Where are we?
So the ultimatum has elapsed, yes. And on Saturday, August 9, the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day is going to stage a very nice program. It's a program that will be graced by over 5,000 Liberians. And the idea of the program is to not just come up with our next course of action after the ultimatum has elapsed, is to also say to our protesters, our Liberians, our fellow friends, supporters, and well-wishers, y'all please come at stand office in Congo Town. Let us celebrate, let us merry-make, let us, enjoy. We want to say thank you for bracing the storm, the rain, to come out and march with us to the Capitol building. We want to say you are important, and we want to say that the decision we are about to take going forward, the new message, the new trend of event we will present out there to our government is a decision that you have to be part of.
So you are going to celebrate the president did not respect you, he did respect you, like what you're going to celebrate?
No, we are celebrating our people. We are celebrating the fact that Liberians were brave enough, despite all of the political torture and political rhetoric, scare tactics emanating from the state security actors. I mean, the people were still brave enough to go out. That alone calls for our celebration. Also, the protest was very peaceful. Nobody got hurt. Not a single protester was seen throwing stone at anyone. Not a single protester was there,
Okay.
in a form of
Basically appreciating the
thank you. So
civility
the idea
organization.
is to tell you thank you for you being very civil. The idea is to say we respect that you were more than civil and that you respected our security sector and you respected the police and there were no altercations. So we appreciate you. But it's also important to know that whatever course of action we are about to take, the big announcement that will be up on Saturday, you need to be part of it. You, the people, you that were out there, you need to come and join us to make this announcement to our government. So yeah, so it's important. And yeah, so Saturday is the day. It will start at 11 o'clock. Our office is in Congo Town and not so far from the RC Lawson School and adjacent the directly opposite the old West Africa Telecom, that is Congo Town. Yeah, right. Before reaching the supermarket. So our office is painted yellow and black. Whether you are from Stan, whether you support us, believe me, this is a cause for everybody. There is a call to duty by the national country. It's like a national program. This is not only for us. A few days ago, you saw that JFK just came up with a new situation. You, the people, need to stand up. They say that pregnant woman now, before you go there, you have to deposit some money. And we believe that is a disrespect to human dignity. And that if it's not taken into consideration will increase the infant mortality rate. Now, mind you, as of 2025,
maternal mortality,
yeah,
all of it could be involved. You dying, giving birth,
definitely,
or
you give
dying,
birth, the
child die,
yeah,
those kinds of things.
So as of 2025, the United Nations report on Liberia says out of 1,000 births, 45 child can die. That is our current status. So imagine if you say people have to deposit money before they are taken into for care. Imagine that rate could increase by almost 25%. Imagine you see many people giving birth on the street, like what was saw in Duboro on the street.
It happened in Duboro.
Yes, it also happened in Duboro, but also happened at the Redemption Hospital. So these things will not be common. And if these things can be happening in Moserado, where we have increase, in numbers of health facilities, what more about Grand Julia County? What more
reach inaccessible
thank you.
Facilities.
What more about recently I saw a video training online where they didn't want to give birth at the hospital and there was nobody there. I think it was from the Southeast. Yeah. And there was nobody there. Everybody out. They said that they went out because they want to carry on maintenance. So imagine all of these situations happen. So it is about time that we definitely stand up as one people, one country, and say enough is enough to all these things.
Okay, this is the Freedom Money Rise of Freedom is 7.9. Of course, his name is George Tengbe. He's our guest here on the final lap of the show this morning. So that is with Stan. Saturday, the program is there at the HQ. You can go there and be a part of the thank you program organized by Stan. There's a whole different civil society approach, but you can all be a part. That you thank you for being civil, for being peaceful in the action that was called on the 17th of July and all that. So, but let's go to why we call you. And just yesterday, I was watching the television. In America, for example, the president has dismissed the labor secretary on account that he presented labor statistics that the president believed were rigged. The reality of what the labor conditions are in America, the president has a different view that the numbers were rigged. And so we come to Liberia. There's been back and forth issue with the Ministry of Labor, the issuance of work permits to foreigners, the alleged seals of work permits to foreigners when Liberians do not have jobs. In areas that Liberians can work, and these things are going out. The government has also been in denial. So there's there's a lot of similarity there and all that. And the reality versus the position of the government, all that. You're an expert in the area, doing a lot of studies and review and all that. What is your beginning conversations on the general atmosphere, right? What is the work permit issue, the situation at the Ministry of Labor, the protest for job, and then we'll come to the Ministry of Transport later on, subsequent LTM thing, right? All that.
So let me first say, our government through the Ministry of Labor, I would say, because now we need to understand two things. The Ministry of Labor supervise labor activities that has to do with the private sector. So the CSA supervise labor activities that has to do with the public sector. That is a differentiation that we need to create and set the basis. So over the years, I have, and since my return to Liberia, honestly speaking, I have seen that our country Minister of Labor is still not ready to do the people work. How do I mean? Now, firstly, this is a minister that will sit there and allow the people that he appointed to go into districts as labor inspectors to own blocks. There are recordings. I have them on my laptops.
To own blocks.
To own blocks.
What do you mean?
Take for an example. One labor inspector will go to Cape Mount or the Bombay County where there are foreign workers, and these foreign workers want to come up and create a company, right? So they need their alien registration document process. So they contact this labor inspector, and that labor inspector, since he was the one they contacted, and he is the one processing the documents for the people, even though it is wrong, it is not his responsibility. He is an inspector. You're going to inspect and see that things are done rightly, not you being, an agent for the person to go run after that document and do this. No. Thank you. So how then do you even expect them to respect you? So they will say, send out the one brought them in here. Send out the one doing the main document. That company they take for an example. Abu group of company that is in Cape Man trying to do business there. That whole black that he want man go there or he want carry on his mineral exploration. That whole black man black. So anybody knows what to go down there. They are recording story. We even shared them before. So when those things happen, it was good that at that time the minister came up and he said he was going to suspend those guys, and some of them were dismissed. I, for one person, applauded him. At the time I was not here, I was still in Germany. I applauded him. I wrote a nice article. The minister is doing well. Let's appreciate him. So on a side note, then we realized that there were all elements of that same clique that the minister, of course, did not dismiss.
It was a syndicate.
Thank you. So it's like these other people are his own protected people. And then when we decided to investigate more, we realized that those other folks that he could not dismiss, they were from his tribal side.
Oh, really?
So then this is when I then realized that then there is a huge bottleneck of tribalism, nepotism, and corruption at the Ministry of Labor. And to support my my statement, my argument, I realized that the Minister of Labor was not fully giving the function or giving the Bureau of Employment at the Ministry of Labor their full function. Like the Bureau of Employment is there. Their responsibility is to go out there, liaise with all those foreign companies that are in the country.
The employers.
Yes. Thank you. Say, hey, are there Liberians working here? If no, why? And if there are no Liberians here, why? Did you pull up vacancy to all of these entities or all of the positions that you get foreign people working in? You pull up vacancy for Liberians to apply first? If no, why? Then the Bureau of Employment now will now go back to the Ministry of Labor and report the matter, invite these people for questioning. But these things are not happening.
Like, but that is what is supposed to happen.
Of course, that is the requirement before a foreign person take any job in Liberia, except that job is a position.
So whether it is a concession level whether it's a business that you're operating, that is what the Bureau of Employment is supposed to.
Of course, that is their function. The function is to preserve all these kinds of things. The function is also there to make sure that every foreign company coming to the country.
So what is hampering that?
I think maybe the minister don't trust the people he appointed at the Bureau of Employment, or maybe the Bureau of Employment is almost.
Should the minister trust me? It's about the law. What the law says should happen.
Yeah, but these are the people that are going to implement the laws. So if you don't trust them, so how then do you have?
Why do they need the approval of the minister to do their job? That's their TOR. That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Report to? Don't they report to the minister?
No, but let them do the job and make the report. If the minister does not act on the report, that's a whole different conversation.
So if you are here in this studio, your boss will give you a TOR to carry out, and you are not carrying out your TOR, and your boss man is called to question by the board of directors. Who you take the board of directors going to blame? It said you. Who is going to take the lashes?
The boss.
Your boss. So the minister believed, in my view, that the Bureau of Employment and the Ministry of Labor is useless, should not be used. That is the reason why they are not being effective on the job. And I take this for free. And it is not only that sector. Another department of the Ministry of Labor that has to do with the Department on Labor Standard. That department is totally dormant. We at the Liberia Labor and Governance Alliance have been the one bringing out the exposure. There was a
so what is that labor standard office supposed to be doing?
So the labor standard is like you as a department, you are to make sure that every company, every business follow the decent way out of Liberia when it comes to employment, when it comes to dismissal, every arm of that act that protects Liberians on the job, that's your responsibility. You are responsible to make sure to liaise with the occupational safety and health sector or arm of the Ministry of Labor to make sure that every worker here at Freedom FM is working in a safe environment. You are responsible to make sure that if we are going on the man feed, our rights are protected. That is to say, we got helmet, we got rain boots, we got rain gear, we got safety gears, we got nose masks, we got glasses to protect us. If these things are not provided to us, or if these things are not, being provided at all by the entity, you liaise with the occupational safety and health to report this situation to the minister proper. You know,
but you are saying that division is dormant.
It's dormant. They are not functioning. If they were functioning, then the many cases of bad labor practices at all of these companies will not be going on. Then it means they will have set up a task force. Now that task force will be responsible, and this is something that I keep saying.
Okay, so 1 minute. Labyrinth, this is it. So basically, two offices. One that is supposed to ensure that you get job in the different companies and things.
That is the Bureau of Employment.
That bureau is now fully functioning at the Ministry of Labor.
Of course.
Then the other one that's supposed to make sure your safety, your well-being, your protection, right? Standard and all of that are in place. That one too is reported dormant.
Definitely.
So these are the reasons you're basically understanding the background and the basis on why you are treated the way you.
Thank you. So these are the reasons why Liberians are at that level. Take for an example, the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, they are responsible to ensure that, like the case that we exposed, we were the one that invited the Ministry of Labor to go and investigate that case at the City Steel company, where that guy, that he, after working in a hazardous environment with no oxygen mask, nothing, no PPE, no rainbows, nothing, he died. We exposed that case. We called that case was reported to the Assistant Minister on Labor, Emmanuel Zor. I met with him like this. I told him, hey, these are the situations at City Steel company. You need to send your people to investigate. These people are working in a very hazardous environment. You can't be working at the same time oxygen is open. You can't be working at the same time fire is burning. You can't be working in such a noise polluted environment. It's not good for the people's health, and they are not protected with anything. So please, let's with occupational safety and health to go there and ensure that the right thing are done. They didn't go at that time. The minister told me, Emmanuel told me that he will invite the people. 1 week later, that accident took place when that guy got killed. And then I'm inconstant. And mind you, the mistake that the Ministry of Labor always make is that when they see people like us around, they think we want their job. So they will
the expertise.
Yeah, I don't know why this situation exists and it continues to persist in our country. Where when you see experts trying to provide some recommendation to you, then you just say, "Man, want your job." We only trying to help you so that you don't fall.
Okay, and another point that has gained public attention is the report the Senate pick up on. For whatever reason, they have gone low on it about the issuance at the point where they have to issue job, work permits. It is established that most of the permits are issued in job categories that Liberians are very qualified and available to occupy. Why do you think that is happening?
So why will you violate the liberalization right? Why would the Minister of Labor violate that right? The Liberalization Act reads that every Liberian in this country should be called to work first. It's like a first option basis. If there are no qualified Liberian in the entire country for a certain position, then that position can be, advertised for an expert to come and take over. But is that law actually being actualized? That is my question. No. So why give out jobs that Liberians can do to foreigners? Now, I will want you and Hagar to do me this favor.
Okay.
If what I'm saying here is not true or is not factual, go to Lifoco and the information
the mattress
company and the information I'm giving you today is 100% factual because I got this information from the very Ministry of Labor. Now, the mattress company, and this is something that is being controlled and run by the Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Labor. He is the one doing those things.
Okay.
When you go to the mattress company, you will see one Lebanese man. I don't want to say women because not white people. So of course, So one Lebanese man is working as a salesman. One Lebanese man is working as a retail distributor. And this is very common. You go to some Chinese factories, like there is a Chinese coastery on the Somalia Drive Road, 72nd Junction there. A Chinese man is serving as a counter agent. You go to the Lebanese people businesses, you see an Indian, a Lebanese man is serving their position as counter agent, warehouse manager, sales boy, distributor. Abu, when you see these things, do not blame the company. I investigated it a few weeks ago. What happening is this: the people will go to the Ministry of Labor to apply for work permit. When they apply for the work permit, do you know what they do? Because they are in cahoots with the Deputy Minister for Administration and some other elements at the Ministry of Labor. So when you go apply for the work permit, the minister will tell you, say, what your position? Now they will give a top managerial position. That the position they will say, this is my position. And trust me, the people are advised by our very own people at the Ministry of Labor. Say this is a position you go occupy there.
So that's what the record will reflect.
That's why the record will reflect.
But with an understanding that you're going to
go do a sales job. And that is the reason why the Ministry of Labor is so dormant. They refuse to go out and carry on investigation. They will not empower their tax agents. I mean, their tax force
But
to go out there.
Here's the counter argument to, I mean, from what we've heard, that most of these sensitive sales areas and counter money areas are because the foreigners feel like Liberians. When you put them in charge of the finances, they take your money and run away.
But then they don't do business in our country. Then go.
Because no, I mean, you also have to look at that as well. People shouldn't be taking people's money.
So is it every Liberian that we want to steal? Come on. The law say we should do this. Why are you deviating from it? If you want to create,
so I mean, you got to look and find the best people, the people with the character to do the job.
It's not just about the character. It's also about you setting up the different measures, the different security protocols. Take for an example, the banks. Before you enter in the vault, they will scare you. When you leave it from the vault, they also scare you. I went in the bank before, Access Bank, 2012, 2013. Before we enter, they will scare us. When we leave it, they also scare us. That's why you also have security cameras everywhere. So if you say that you don't trust Liberian to occupy a certain position at your business, then it means you don't want to do business, because our law provides that you cannot occupy low-level job that Liberia should be occupying. If you are doing that, that is of infringement. That is a violation of our law. The Ministry of Labor should come up with punishment. So why are they not coming out with the punishment? It's because they have been compromised. And if they are compromised, it means our security, our labor sector will never improve. And this is a situation that we continue to face. We are challenged. The minister is not working in the interest of the workers. As no matter, I have a case on my docket that we have been reviewing for the past 6 months. About 23 workers from Asylum Meta, they were dismissed because of gossip. Gossip. Now, guess what? The entity refused to follow the due diligence act as instructed in Chapter 14 of the December Act of Liberia.
But not good too.
Of course, it is not good, but you cannot prevent people from talking on a job. Come on, man, bro.
But we firstly have to establish whether or not the teacher quote-unquote that was being run by these people affected or somehow affected the workings of the company.
It did not affect the working of the company. It affected those people. They were dismissed. Marvin Smith, I'm calling his name. He is the lead person on that case. So Marvin Smith, that case is like a Chichepure case where they were going to work, and then the company feels that anything wasn't done right, and so the company decided to call into investigation. But guess what? The investigation was not even done properly. The investigation did not pass through all of the channels, as mentioned in Chapter 14 of the December Act.
Okay,
so these people have been silent. Guess for how many years now? 5 years gone. The lawyer representing those people, the lawyer said he would take that case for the next 5 years. It means the lawyer is in the interest of the company. The lawyer is not.
He's a private.
Okay, perfect. I agree. He is a private person. But then, when this minister took over, when this Cuba Prime Minister took over, I personally wrote him using our entity. Mr. Minister, it's a case that your children, because his children, consider Cuba Prime children, is the one that were representing also the interest of these people, of the agreed worker. I said, Minister, it's about time that you please look in that direction to see how best we can have these people case solved. The people went to appeal for a hearing date. The hearing date was confirmed, but has the case been solved? 5 years gone. And all of the lawyer representing the interest of Asylum Meta are friends to the minister and his children. And they threatening Liberia to say that case will be here for 5 years or even 10 years. So it means Asylum Meta will be in Liberia for the next 20 years or 30 years, and no people will never get that benefit in Asylum Meta leave. This is
so sad. Situation. I mean, very sad. And Liberians continue to cry for jobs. Even when we open the phone lines right now, people are talking, and those that have jobs, they're not having job in very conducive environments and conditions. But nobody talking for them. Nobody is doing what they have to do. So the latest case is this rigmarole with the government of Liberia intending to outsource a significant portion of the Ministry of Transport's duties to a foreign company, and that will eventually result into the redundancy of hundreds of Liberians that will be put out of job, and they've been protesting back and forth. The Senate intervened at some point, and later on wrote a communication to the president, in asking him to go ahead, right? And then recently, just this morning, I read the House of Representatives has written another communication asking the president to suspend a portion of the concession and all of those things. So, what legal framework do you think are in place to protect Liberian workers from particularly unlawful redundancy resulting from outsourcing government functions?
So, firstly, let me be clear. The August 1987 Act of Legislature that created the Ministry of Transport provides that the Ministry of Transport will manage vehicle and driver's license. They will also manage the insurance of license and plate. They will also do something called transport policies and regulations. They will also do regulatory functions. There's only one part of that document that say the police will do this, and that is the enforcement. So when this conversation started, the first issue that for me, even though let me not speak in my labor terms or form. Let me speak as a natural Liberian. I feel hurt that my country will sit down there and take our security details, your security details, and give it to foreign company, to a Lebanese company. That I have lived in many countries, Germany, UK, Switzerland, France, Poland. That can never happen. The same nonsense, I'm sorry to use the platform to say such a word. The same thing happened at the Ministry of Labor. They took an agreement and gave it to a Slovenian company, Certis Liberia. We keep raising these red flags, but people don't want to do anything about it.
It's like people just outsourcing everything.
So thank you, definitely. You took the alien registration contract and gave it to Certis Liberia. How hard is it for Liberian to institutionalize policies that that ourselves can do the thing? What kind of extra work Certis Liberia doing that you cannot build up IT system at the Ministry of Labor and say y'all do your work? Today, as we speak, the Ministry of Labor don't have our website. If you go to the Ministry of Labor website, www.mol.gov.lr, it take you to one page, one content page that talks about only one thing. It talks about alien registration, how to apply for alien registration, how to get your ID card, how to pay your money. Because that is the primary concern of Certis Liberia. They want to raise revenue so that Liberia can take her 40% share, then she take a 60% share. The thing is so simple. And what I can always say, I don't believe in quick impact project. The reason is simple because they will not institutionalize a sustainable development program for my country.
So what does the law say then? What does the law say when these actions or decisions are made, right? The redundancies that happen as a result of that when Liberians, because of course the Liberians will be losing their jobs. Are there any law protecting them?
So the redundancy act is mentioned in chapter 14.5 of the Decent Work Act of Liberia. Now, when you're speaking of redundancy, you are talking about different sort of reasons. Now, if you creating redundancy, it means one, your business, take for an example, Freedom FM can no longer cover money or generate money to pay our workers.
Okay.
Take for an example, you want to transfer Freedom FM function to Voice of Liberia or send it to Kings FM. So based on that, you want to put some people down. Or maybe you say, because of the increase in economic hardship, we don't have money to pay our workers. But now, let's say...
But isn't that the case? In which one is the case with the Ministry of Transport?
I think it's the case. But
they are transferring?
I think it's a case.
So it justifies, the redundancy justifies,
the redundancy is justified. What is not justified is the process in which they carry out the redundancy. The law says you should be able, you as an entity or as a government, you should contact the workers' union first if there is a worker union representative at that entity, you give them 1 month prior notice. You contact them. You should be able to spell out exclusively the reasons for they being redundant. Not just all. And because now they are civil servants, so there are so many procedures you have to follow. You have to look at the issue of pension. Some of them are almost nearing pension year. Are you going to give them the pension benefit? Have you already started discussing that? Now, you also need to talk about the issue of taking, the law also says you should absorb that portion of the people that will be redundant. So are you ready to absorb them? Are you taking all of them to your workforce? Now, I can recall last week, one of the executives at the Liberia at the LMTR entity came up with a useless statement that they are willing to have a 90% Liberian workforce. Is that just talk or that deeds? Because if you're telling us,
so they're expressing the willingness to absorb.
Thank you. So he is telling us that they are expressing the willingness to absorb that workforce that have been redundant. But
so that should lay the issue of redundancy to rest.
How can it lay it to rest when we have not?
Because you're gonna get a job on those.
How have you called us to dialogue? The thing,
but there's an express desire to
no, but an express desire does not mean actions. Have you called us to dialogue? Have you told us that you will pay? Okay, take for an example, some of the workers has been there for 15 years. So it means they are just 10 years far from their pension year. So are you telling us that you will pay them their pension benefits? So you should be able to create that different form of communication, discussing with the people, their workers leaders, sit down with them and tell them exactly your plans, how you intend to carry out this redundancy. But the government is not doing that. LMTR is not going to do that because LMTR is the contractor in this case. They are the one who is coming up with the action plan. The government need to enforce certain functions. The government need to come in and say, now, and this is the reason why I feel so disenchanted and sad about the CSA boss. Because I expect it, because he is the one that presides over CSA matters. He should be able to come out by now. First and foremost, he should be able to come out and have a dialogue. He should be able to come out and call LMTR and call Ministry of Transport Workers through their representatives, call maybe the Minister of Labor to come and give his own advice and chip in. How do we resolve this? Because the people are going to
it's a labor right company we are looking at here.
Definitely. I understand. And this is the reason why I'm naming all of these people. The Ministry of Transport Workers, you cannot take them out of the picture because they are the direct people who are going to feed the weight. You cannot say CSA boss cannot come in. He has to come in. You can also say Minister of Labor cannot come because Minister of Labor also, he had presided over cases at the time when he was a lawyer, civil cases, civil matters. So he need to come in.
Do they have, the transport ministry workers, do they have any legal claim or it's just on the basis of empathy?
Which empathy? The law.
And the fact that they're losing jobs, so we feel sorry for
them.
Or they have
I just told you.
In the case of this outsourcing, because the ministry is technically the government is outsourcing the function to a private company, right? Do they have any legal grounds to insist that, oh, we can agree, you can go?
No, they do have legal ground, 100%. One, the person I told you, Section 14.5, Chapter 14 of the December Act of Liberia, Section 14.5, talks a lay out the basis for redundancy.
No, these are CSA workers.
Yeah, CSA worker is also followed by the CSA spending act. The CSA spending act also provide that they should be communicated first. You should have a communication 1 month prior notice. You should discuss with the workers' unions heads.
And you think the ministry didn't do that?
And I believe not just the ministry, but the entire workforce or the hierarchy at the Ministry of Labor, they didn't do that. And I believe if they had done that, if they had dialogue with these people, if they had discussed their redundancy plans, if they had discussed their pension plans, if they had discussed those other benefits that they received, that they are not going to receive, or that LMTR has not subscribed to providing those benefits for them, we wouldn't be in the street today.
Okay, let's go to the phone line 0776 104 104 0865 104 231 are the numbers to call, and then we will also pay some cash. We get a lot of
so we've been doing the draw behind the scenes just to call the winners to confirm their money there. So you can continue to do so. Maybe in the next 8 minutes we can do another draw. *255*1# or *255*1#. Hash is the code. 0776 104 104 0865 104 are the numbers. You can call us on right here to be a part of today's conversation. This person is our first caller on this topic. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah. Abu Aina, this is Manuel into
Go ahead, Ina.
Yeah, I just had your elaborating on the girls processes when it comes to labor. But let me say this, I think it's right. In most cases, especially the we are on the scene. You know what I'm saying? We have problem when it comes to safety issues. We have problems when it comes to implementation. When it comes to vulnerable practices.
All right.
So these are problems we have. What you say is what I'm
All right. Okay, 0776 104 104 865 104 are the numbers. You can call us on right here to be a part of today's edition of the program right here this morning. So maybe we can call one of our, while we're waiting for callers here, we can call one of our winners. Yeah, you can pick that one quickly while we try to do something.
Good morning.
Morning, Abu.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. This is the most of the Princess K. How.
Mm-hmm.
And then come so far. This report decided to come. And I appreciate the guest who spoke relatively, Abu. You see, in every economy, right?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh my God.
So while we wait on him, let's give our money to somebody here quickly. We can do another one shortly if we can.
You have the person? Okay.
Yes, God, I'm already. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, this is Hagar. You put the cash giveaway this morning?
Yeah.
How many times?
I played 10 times.
10 times. So check up on your phone. You got 5,000 there.
Okay, yeah, I saw the message.
Okay, *255*1# is the code.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. You're live on the radio.
Yeah, this is John Wright. I'm calling from the McCartan Belt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so interested with the topic on a discussion. As for me, I want to just give my scenario and get an advance. Because I'm working with entity, but I will not call the thing. And while in the entity, I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to hospital. And my eye giving problem, and there's pressure in my eye. I didn't have money to go to the hospital. The day before I go to the hospital, all of a sudden, they called me and told me that because of my sickness, they want to take me from job. And I have a problem. I don't have nowhere to take money from, only that salary. And it's a few they said they want to do a haircut. And I wrote the bosses that are sick, but they should give me a leave. So they did not give me the thing.
Okay.
And they called me and they said now you need to remove fees.
So what happened? Have they removed you or not?
No, they just called me that they want to remove me from the payroll because I'm visually impaired. So if I want to give me the message, I'm broke down.
Okay, so at this point, what is your concern? What advice you think you want that you're seeking answers to?
Yeah, my advice is that I'm because the part of the area out there is a place of talking, to talk to people and tell them about ill in society. Okay, so
all right, thank you. That was the right issue there. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu. Okay, thank you.
No, nobody caught you on your credit went up.
Yes, like I was talking so well. This when policy is created for job employment, the economy can boost. Right? But we're not seeing no policy. And
get again. You see, labor issue in our country has become very, 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 very obvious, right? They take tour to the various industries and see how workers are treated, right? So the Ministry of Labor now, at this standpoint, come on, policy, our protect the citizens.
No, the thing is, the policies are there. We're having conversation about the implementation. You have about 2 critical divisions in the Ministry of Labor that are functional. The policies are there.
So the policy is there, or the policy are there, but why the ministry is not implementing? These are issues. That's serious critical and national issues.
Okay, so that's why we have to raise our voices and ensure that the government look into these things and take them very seriously, because like when how you be working in your own country, you work 20 years, 15 years, and still even medical bill you can pay for yourself. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm fine. Let's hear your last call and go to the guests.
Okay, I want to agree with you. What you can say. I'm William Super calling from Babylon country. Where it is very hard to be there, where I'm still under the reason I want to find the conversation.
Thank you.
They happen to be on what fire storm. The Labor Minister at that time in 2017, you can just call it that for getting him. On a rainy day like this, August 2nd, 2016, rainy day to get from people armies, no private persons daily involvement, soldiers, and they were PNC at that time. They just ransacked all the time, issuing all that stuff. Where you want to repeat it, no way. At that time, I was working with persons, they just told us to approach me. You see, I was supervisor. They forcibly retired or returned all. So
without even talking to you, nothing to carry on, man, they redundant you and kick you out of the place.
Showing the money that they were really were into.
No.
We just saw the big thing with private security, with PNC, with all the shit at that time. They just call all the ranks that were killed out.
Thank you very kindly. And this is it, George. We got a good time. It's past spent, but you listen to the calls. I think about 5 or 6 of them. And yes, when these violations happen, the very government send police to enforce them. You've seen the situation with the transport workers. The police have been used to brutalize some of them, and on different concession area. You saw the situation with King George when people formally protested. The police go there, and when there's negligence of the law that affects the citizen, they speak out. The police go with heavy hands.
Yeah, of course. We see this face every time, and I will also show an example on. You will note this: the Lebanese company that is building the new Redemption Hospital. That contract was given to a Lebanese company, right? Now, that company, it will surprise you to know that they decided to dismiss 32 of their workers. Why? They said because the people, so now when they can go to work late, so now when they go to work, they would say they won't go to school, so they have to go to school. But you accepted them from the start. But guess what? And this is the part that hurt me. And this is the reason why I keep saying the Ministry of Labor is not doing her job. Most of the companies, when they hire our brothers and sisters, and of course, no job in the company, so everybody will want to do something. So when they hire them, whether it's a daily hire, you should provide contract for that daily hire. If you're hiring them for 3 months contract, provide contract for that 3 months.
But they hire on verbal terms.
But they hire them on verbal terms. Guess what now? Then when they want to pay them, you know what they can do? They can call the contractors and say, sign here. Then they will take a finger a day. Then they black you. They say, sign here. Then the person on the sign, then they give them money. So that means they deleting every traces of information on how finance is given out. So because they don't want the people to have any information, and who feeding these foreigners with the information? Our very own people.
Yeah, on how to do it like that.
On how to do it just like that against their own people. So you see, so now going back to the Ministry of Transport thing, I just did some follow up, and I was right. Chapter 3 of the Civil Service Standard Act provides that communication should be provided to the workers through their workers' unions. The CSA boss, like I said in my previous statement, it should have called for a dialogue, for a conference, because the rule say first in, last out. That the redundancy law level, first in, last out. If I'm the first person that came to work here, I should be. I mean, yes, first in, I came first, so I should be the first to leave. If I came, let's say we are 100%. I came to
last came first.
Sorry. So if I was the last person that came here, I should be the first to leave. Definitely. That's what the law says. Are they following that? Is LMTI going to follow that procedure? How have they determined that all of the people that they are dismissing or putting on the redundant list came first or came last? Are those procedures being followed? Now, these are the bottleneck issues that have not been solved, and for which I keep saying that the redundancy plan at the Ministry of Transport is illegal until the pieces of information can be provided, clear out, curtailed in a dialogue form, and that everybody go home happy. Unless that, I will support any form of protest for the people to go out there to go demand their money.
Okay, his name is Josh Tenger, and of course, he's been our guest here on the Freedom Money Rise, and that's how we close today's edition of the show. With a promise to be back here tomorrow with more interesting conversation. And of course, tomorrow, in the face of all of the difficulties and challenges, there are other Liberians that are doing meaningful things in helping our people. So tomorrow we'll speak with a representative from the Cloud Hope Foundation that providing help and assistance to the less fortunate. We hope to have them talk to us about the sector where there are people in our country in the orphanage, right? How the orphans care for orphans and all of these things in the country. It's important to know. But we gotta go.
We'll be here tomorrow to continue from where we stopped. Let's keep the peace of Liberia. This country will not burn.
Until we meet tomorrow, do have a wonderful time from the nation's capital. Bye bye.